Hi, I'm Jesseline. This video is about interpreting functions. If you don't know what a function is, please go and watch my video over functions. But I'm going to interpret them here. So it says determine the rate of change. We know that that word just means slope. Okay? Initial value. We also know that that word just means y-intercept. Okay? And then interpret those results. So we're looking for the slope and y-intercept of this. So first of all, we want to find the slope. The slope is the change in y's. So 200 minus 170 is 30 over the change in x's. 5 minus 3 is 2. So 30 divided by 2 is 15. So we know our rate of change is 15. Now to find the initial value, I've done this in other videos. We just need to plug in a point to find the b. Remember our slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b. So we can use any of the points. I'm going to use the smallest point that has the smallest number. So I'm going to use that point 3, 170. Remember, the x is always on the left side of the table. The y is always on the right. So my point that I'm using is 3, 170. So I'm going to plug 3 in for x and 170 in for y to solve for b, which is our y-intercept, aka initial value. So y, instead of writing y, I'm going to write 170 with my point equals m, which is my slope. We figured that out, which is 15, times our x coordinate, which is 3, plus b. And now we're going to solve equation, which we have done so many times. 170 equals 15 times 3 is 45 plus b. I'm going to subtract 45 from both sides. So we have 170 minus 45, and it's going to be 125. So those will cancel out. 1 or equals 0. 125 equals b. So this is our initial value. So if we really wanted to write an equation, we write our slope, y equals 5. Remember when we write our equations, we leave out the x and y coordinates. We just write the slopes and the y-intercept. Y equals 15x plus our b, which is 125. This says our constant rate of change. This is our initial value. So what this means, remember, 15x is time. So let's say these are in minutes. It doesn't say, but let's say this is minutes for the sake of this. So for every 1 minute, it starts at 125 gallons. That's our initial value, right? And then every 1 minute after that, it goes up 15 gallons. So we start at 125 gallons, and then every minute goes up 15 gallons. That's exactly what it says. Okay, let's do another one. Let's look at this one right here with these cute little meerkats. It says, suppose the population of meerkats in one part of Africa as a function of time. So it's a function of time. So that means our x coordinate is time. In years, time in years is given by the function y. So basically what this is saying, suppose the population, so it's saying the population starts at 300, right? Because that's our initial value. So the population, it starts at 300 meerkats. That's the initial value. And then it's going up by 100 each, and it says time in years, so each year. And so the constant rate of change is 100 each year. Okay, so that's what that's telling us. It says determine the function's rate of change. We know the rate of change is slope, so that's 100. And its initial value, it's 300. And interpret the results. We just did that. The population starts out at 300, and it's going up 100 each year. Thank you for listening.